Phoenix Squadron, form up and focus fire.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to episode 2 of the Arizona Star Wars channel. We're starting a little late here for episode 2. You're joined by myself, Ryan, and our good
Nate.
co-host here, Nate. Yep. And yeah, we've already got units on the board, so we have to play a little catch up. We've got a McClunky on a Crafty to take care of the turn 1, which was that Sabine. We're already on turn 2 here, actually. Yeah, we're starting real late. So we're on turn 2. We see another Crafty coming back down. Nate here on the left and Daniel on the right. Daniel, the Arizona PQ winner for that last set here. But yeah, Nate is right here with us. So we're going to pick his brain a little bit, asking him a couple of questions about Cad Bane. I do think, Nate, you are the only Cad Bane player. Maybe might be one other Cad Bane player in the Arizona
locally,
area.
not that popular that I've seen here. I did run into a PQ, but I do think he was visiting from out of town. And then, yeah, for the most part, don't really see too much Cad Bane here.
Yeah,
So
that's actually super interesting. It's nice to see that, like, our meta, I think, here in Arizona has a decent spread of all kinds of decks. You know, there's not really like a heavy, everyone's playing Palpatine or everyone's playing a Sabine or anything like that. I think we very much have one player of like every kind of deck here.
yeah, so jumping into this match here. So a couple plays I made here. I know I McClunkied my Crafty to get the damage on the Sabine. The Quill was followed up there. Replayed the Crafty to just refresh the shield there. Coming into this turn here, he does play the Kanan, and I go straight to base with a 2 damage there. I think that did shock him a little bit, but I knew I had the Forlom in hand to finish off the Quill there. So 2 damage on the Forlom, and we got the 1 ping on Kanan there.
Yeah. So do you like what about Cad do you like the most? I know that we've played quite a bit with this iteration as well as the yellow Cad iteration. See a boss.
So I think I'll
command.
show a lot of the kind of lines in Cad is a lot of the ambush plays and controlling the board through ambush there. If you can get your units to stick, you just become a menace on ground. The pings do add up, and once you get Cad Bane out there with the 8 health, he starts hitting for 2 there, and it just makes the math really funky there. So again, Perilist, the Forlom, that would have been another clean answer to the Kanan, but I had the Bosk in hand here.
Yeah, and I think we're already seeing quite a like why this deck is pretty good into the Annie. The Annie has a lot of like responsive measures, I think. But you being able to ambush, you get your value in immediately. So both with that Forlom and with the Bosk, being able to hit these units before he can interfere with them or trade with them, and then he has to clean it up with his own answer. But yeah, how are you going to deal? What are you thinking about, the plan to deal with this Annie? Because Annie, when he deploys, is always a threat. Holding that 3 up, Daniel on the right for that lightsaber. I guess we do see
there's the answer
right
there. Yeah, so overwhelming
my
barrage with the Bosk on ground, so that's gonna hit 2 event damage from the boss there, and then the OB is gonna be hitting for 6. So all I need is about 5 more to finish off the Annie, and then I can put 1 on the Sentinel there.
Yeah,
So, pretty disgusting play there, and really I have 1 more ping right to kill the village people there. So
yeah. A lot of the answers for Annie looks like just to have a big unit on board first. Looks to be like the general response to Annie from the players around here. Because like, yeah, I guess you could also, now there's 2 of them, a Zuckuss. The Bosk is good. Yeah, that's a pretty clean answer to the Annie. So pretty gross. And I think you've solidified a pretty decent board state on the ground here.
I knew Cad Bane was coming out. I guess I was a little greedy by just trying to hold that Bosk as long as possible. I did want to try to get the buffed up Bosk into the base there. So flip Cad Bane, finish off the Sentinel, and was able to get the Bosk damage in there. Boss sitting at 1 health, definitely a target for kind of anything to maybe ping and kill.
Yeah, it looks like Sabine does do that ping damage to get a pretty clean kill off on that Bosk. You're still looking pretty good here with 2 units on the board versus the 1 tap Sabine. What are you thinking as you transition to like the later, 7+ resources here?
So 7+, I'm actually looking for my game finishers, the Cad Bane unit and Maul unit there. Again, with Cad Bane leader just having so much health, getting a hotshot blaster on it just adds up damage. You're just doing 6 into base all the time there. So you still have some really fun tricks with ambush and again just Cad Bane unit there. I think I was stalling to try and get him to play another card so I can steal 2 for 1, just get a little bit more value from that Cad Bane.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, looking pretty solid here. I'm not sure how many outs Daniel has. Maybe a fell or a rival to hit the Cad. We do see Perilous to slow it down a little bit. That's probably not the best answer, but it's better than nothing. It does set it up for a Luke the next turn if he can get a unit on board to die at the right time. But it does look like that hot shot comes out and you're pressing as much damage as possible. At this point, are you pretty much full sending base, or are you thinking, oh, like maybe there is an answer he has later and I need to play around it? Or is it just pretty much stack damage as fast as possible?
Yeah, I'm always worried about the Lukes and the top end stuff here. But as of right now, with the board state the way it's looking, I'm just trying to push as much damage there. Again, ambush Syndicate lackeys there, can take out 5-butt units there. So just play it raw on the ground just to get another 5 to base in that he has to either deal with or whatnot there. So it looks like we do get the scoop here. Looks like the wide board was enough he didn't have enough answers there. So Cad Bane will take game 1.
Yeah, it's pretty tough for Anakin if he cannot solidify a turn 1 or turn 2 board state on the ground to trade effectively. If you take away his capability to trade, the deck, I think, as soon as he falls behind a little bit, it's super hard to catch up. And we see it with the ambush, we see it with the Quinlan Tarkentown, just having good solid answers to the first 1, 2, maybe 3 turns with either ambushes or with pings or whatever the case may be. It really does seem to be something that any blue struggles against. Like even the McClunky play from very early on in this set, I think that's that'll kill anything that isn't shielded turn 1 or 2, and I don't think Annie has any shielded units they can play. So I think so long as you draw McClunky, I think you're guaranteed to keep the board clean on that second turn.
Yeah, so McClunky can swing up to 4 with the ping damage there, so very clean answer to a lot of things. And then usually I try to use it at turn 2 so I can pick up my turn 1 play and then just replay the turn 1 play again. Feels really good into a Bazine if I could pop the crafty shield and just reshield it back from that play.
Mm-hmm.
A nice little fun line in the beginning. Funny sideboard conversations here. Annie Blue, I do know it plays some of the fells and rivals and stuff there. So I do have some Palps returns in the sideboard. But I kind of had a if it's not broke, don't fix it approach to this. So I actually didn't sideboard anything at all here. So going back with the same deck, no sideboard. A couple other sideboards I think I have are the Hover Tank 5/2/5/3 Sentinel on the ground. Some of the late game units like the Relentless and the Devastator, Green Devastator. The way that the first game went, I guess like just not seeing so many of those events, I wasn't too worried to put the Relentless in. But I guess hindsight, just something I should always be kind of looking out for. I figure by 9 resources, if I'm blocking events there, I don't know. Maybe I'm already lost by resource time.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think, most of the sideboard options you did list do sound like they're more favored towards like hard control matchups, and he's not really that hard control. He's very much trying to just trade efficiently throughout the entirety of the game. Maybe he drops a crate or 2 at the end. I know Daniel specifically on the right here doesn't run too many removal events.
So pretty similar start to the last game. Looks like Sabine gets dropped first. I'm able to get the crafty ping there. I think I do see McClunky in hand, so we might see the same old song and dance.
Yeah, Sabine is, I was about to say, the cleanest answer to any of your shielded ground units, but the fact that you ping off the CAD means it still trades, which is pretty crazy, which is really good. It prevents that 2-for-1 that Sabine can usually get. We do see a second Sabine come down. But yeah, being able to kill that Sabine is pretty great, even though he has the initiative going to that turn, because other decks, I guess Quinlan does the same thing, because it does also ping if you're going second. Yeah, how are you?
He hits me with a force throw here. I pitch the Sid in Athano. Really good to clean up air units. Basically swings for 3 when you attach it and get the CAD ping on it. So that was my pitch there for the force throw.
Yeah, tough to see these force throws coming out with a force unit on the board. I know Daniel doesn't really want to do that unless he absolutely has to, and it's just only play. So kind of telegraphs a little bit the position he's in currently, holding on to some of those later game cards or units.
He did kill my crafty smuggler McClunky pay here. Just wanted to stop the Sabine damage, so I do another McClunky here. I maybe should have just gotten the 2 damage from the crafty, or from the contracted jump master there, and then he does hit me with a pillage here. So 3 cards in hand. Kind of tough when I'm playing a lot of cards, but looks like I pitched the boss and the contracted jump master there. And my thinking here is that I see a resupply in hand, so gonna try and just ramp.
Yeah, you get the value you can
on
play.
both sides. We're at 0-0, so now Cad Bane's coming out a turn earlier.
Yeah, so going into an equal board state, getting a free ramp must feel pretty decent, especially running the Mauls, running the Cad Banes, and getting there closer 1 turn before Annie. That does have to feel pretty good. Are you feeling pretty confident in this position? Do you like where things are at, or are you a little nervous?
The top decking is what's probably the most difficult part here. I mean, that's a pillage and a force throw. I'm basically top decking here. I have the resource, so I'm sitting at 1 card in hand here. I know Cad Bane's coming out. I want to think, so I get hand hated again, so I'm basically got nothing in hand. And Cad Bane comes out.
Are you feeling good in this spot, or are you nervous?
In my late game, I guess with just pitching another Maul there, I am a little bit nervous, I would say, because I just know I don't have too many stops for Annie. I'm trying to think of my deck list, and now if I have any no goods. I'm actually not sure if I'm playing any no goods there, so that's one way to freeze the Annie there. Looks like I do get the Hot Shot Blaster on Cad Bane, but the Sentinel there is going to stop that. But yeah, I mean, Annie's a menace, right? As much damage as I can get on base, and then Annie just comes in and destroys. I think I'm feeling a little bit better because, Annie's only hitting for 4 right now. He's just raw. So feeling pretty comfortable, at least coming in this resource with Cad Bane on board.
And top decking those Cad Banes must also feel pretty good there.
Yeah. So again, that resupply definitely accelerates to my late game there. So Cad Bane's Mauls, kind of how, again, I just want to clear the board so I can get in for damage. The capture mechanic is basically my deck's version of the waylays and the freezes, I guess, there. So
this is a super awkward spot you're in right now. Are you pretty much thinking, oh, do I capture the village protectors, or do I risk being hand hated again?
Yeah, honestly, I think in my mind is like, can I somehow stall for him to play something so I can get the 2 damage on the village protector, I guess, capture first and then do the Cad Bane ping after, just to get it for free. I do wonder what I end up doing here, but
also, did Daniel not resource this turn to keep 2 cards, or those 2 cards on the left? Do you know if he didn't resource this turn just to keep the cards?
I don't know if it was this turn, but I do remember him when we played. He did stop resourcing at some point. I don't know if it was this game or the last game.
Okay, I think. Oh, we do see Bazine.
Okay.
So let's see. Is it 2 card? I don't think he resourced his turn because he should. Oh, nice answer.
there it is,
Nice
yeah.
answer there. Oh, and that's why. Yeah, that is. That's a big hit. He was trying to cham out to get to 6. Did you realize that at the time?
No. Well, no. And then also when I called the Luke, definitely was a bad call. I think the champ was the call there, and I think I'm supposed to brick his turn.
Yeah, you break his turn and you set him back.
Yeah, stop the resource there.
Yeah.
I just see Luke's and I start shaking in my boots. So maybe early trigger on that.
Oh, that's tough. That's super tough. Yeah, if
I
you
think
hit the
this is what we're
jam.
discussing right now, yeah.
Oh my god. He had for
I think
6 on base, or 6 on base, swinging for 5. He still can't kill you, which is nice. I'm sorry. Yeah, as a learning lesson. A learning lesson.
This is why the channel exists, for reasons just like that. But yeah, that was the discussion on table. Was like, yeah,
That's
Jam
so
was probably
funny.
the target there.
Yeah. I didn't see what Daniel top deck there, so super interesting. All right, so let's see. You've got 3 up. What are you deciding here? Or is it his turn? I can't remember.
I think it's my turn because he just flipped.
Oh no, he's
Anakin.
swinging right now. There. Oh, did you claim?
Maybe I already claimed I didn't take the button.
Oh yeah, I think you did claim
Yeah, I
and didn't
think I
take the
claimed,
button.
yeah.
Okay, all right, that's what happened.
And then also, Annie's not a huge threat right now, so he did swing at the Cad Bane, but
Okay,
Anakin
what's
still
the
looks
thinking
to
of keeping the
survive.
now there are 2 of them at this state?
I know either Bazine or Cad Bane are gonna die,
did
and
you-
then I can Cad Bane for 4. Basically.
Did you unresource there? Oh wait, you had 2 now there are 2 of them. I guess it doesn't matter. I think you top deck
Oh,
2.
okay. No, here I'm keeping cards, for the hand hate.
Okay, yes. I agree with that decision. Okay, yes, you did unresource there. I think that is the right move, especially with 2 useless cards. Take the 5 here. Yeah, we get 1 into stall. See the 1
Stop
damage to
stalling,
stall.
Great stall, great stall.
Great stall. Let's see what comes down here. Oh, and this is when you're gonna gobble them up here. That's gotta feel tough on Daniel's side of the board.
Claims there. Yeah, it looks like he's drawing dead too. I mean, so much resources up.
Oh,
not
we do see a
typical.
redemption. What do you have? Two foil? You shuffle your deck, bro?
Yeah, actually, yeah, I do remember now. Yeah, I'm over here screaming like I'm seeing double.
Yeah.
I think I start drawing dead, and I think this is.
You gotta work on that shuffle technique or
Gotta work on
something.
that
Holy
shuffle,
crap.
When he kills my 4-alarm, I got another 4-alarm ready to go.
Oh, you got a massive heal with that redemption to kind of stabilize on Daniel's
Resets the game,
side.
basically.
I wonder if Daniel's got crates in here or if he sided in crates. This game is going long. Big
I think I
punch
was
on
the
7.
I was also debating playing the 4-alarm just to kill the redemption. Because that should be enough.
Ooh,
with,
a 5, 6, 7. No, he intentionally left 1 or 2 life up there.
Oh, 2. Okay.
Yeah, so Daniel's thinking around that.
Looks like
Claims.
capture there. Yeah.
Hit him for 1. Drop another Zuckus for the ping. Yeah, Daniel needs like some kind of way to deal with this board after it gets out of control. Like like maybe Nebula, whatever it is, ignition
I
to
just drew
wipe the
Zuckus
board.
too.
Yeah, because once he gets into this state, if if you can get to this state against Annie. There's very few 2-for-1 cards, aside from like Luke is the biggest one to really get out of this hole. Yeah.
I'd say that's probably the weakest part of the deck right now is just the air presence on the Cad Bane. Outside of Contracted Jumpmaster, I'm playing a Cartel Spacer. The sit in Athanos are that's how we try to kill some of the air pressure there. But when they got big air sentinels like that, the only thing I can hope for is a Jumpmaster there. So looks like I go 7 in for the Cad.
Yeah, so here I think
Probably
maybe
should've played a Zuck to
ping.
the 1 ping.
Yeah, we are gonna see another unit played here, I think, and we do see a Kanan go down, which is going to absorb further pings. But you do have an answer here.
I do have an answer. Yeah, the fun thing. So Cad should be up. I don't think I reset him from last turn. Yeah. So pretty clean answer there. Able to ambush in with the Zuckus first, kill the Zuckus, and then I'm going to tap Cad Bane here for the last ping on the rotation there. So no surprise, a pillage. So top decking again, but again I got a big 4 lom coming in there for 5. So
Yeah, I'm not quite sure how. Maybe Nebula Ignition. I mean, because Daniel can stall out pretty late, especially if he draws redemptions. He got enough restore. Hitting a reset late, like, I don't know. Might be, I don't know, maybe. There seems to be a common theme once it gets out of control on the ground. He can stall for a while, honestly, but there's no way he can really get back in, but he can draw it out. There's very few things that he can drop that resets him. Because that's, I think, what it needs.
same thing here. Pulled back the resource
Maybe
just for any kind of more hand hate.
Yeah, I think Luke's and crates are the best things he can do to try to flip onto the offensive. But,
it does look like that's what he's trying to do. Just get the card draw and just trying to
search for it. But I don't think he has enough time. Pretty tough here. Here's an open fire. Oh, okay. Yeah. Cad's still up, so he gets tapped down. Probably see an open fire. Maybe we might see a claim here. I think we see a claim just to, I don't know, top deck another redemption maybe. Oh, we do see the open fire. Which is not enough to kill. Yeah, not enough to kill Cad, but kills the Zuck. Yeah, and I think that's game 2. Yeah, tough games for Daniel.
Going into a late game against the, Annie Blue, definitely the Lukes and the redemptions, it just maybe doesn't look like he drew them there. So once the restore gets online for Annie, it's a hard one to come back from, especially if I don't get the kill by then. And 35 health base, the uphill battle, feels like a grind to get there. But kind of once I get that 4 Lom Zuck combo and a Cad Bane unit that can stick for a pretty long time, pretty nice damage I can push out.
Yeah, I do think having the Cad leader at 8 health is very important. Like it gets it out of Luke range. The only thing that's going to kill it is arrivals unless you get damage on it. But yeah, good matches here. Yeah, tough rounds for Daniel. But good players all around. Super fun match to watch. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in episode 3.
Tuning in.